haters. What's mine is mine, no rotten tomatoes. Tomorrow's fine for shaking the tables. Tonight, I'm aiming my lasers. You wanna try the fruits of my labor. I heard them by completely misbehaving. So sweet the taste, nothing but flavor. Yeah, I enjoy the fruits of my labor. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Try to share my plate. Don't even try. Said I'll be late. And you tried the wine, being still to my table. What's mine is mine, all the fruits of my labor. You don't wanna try the fruits of my labor. I heard them talk completely misbehaving. So sweet the taste, nothing but flavor. Yeah, I enjoy the fruits of my labor. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. You wanna try the fruits of my labor. Tired of not completely misbehaving. So sweet to taste, nothing but flavor. Yeah, I enjoy the fruits of my labor. You wanna try the fruits of my labor. I heard I'm completely misbehaving. So sweet to taste, nothing but flavor. Yeah, I enjoy the fruits of my labor. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. All right, let's get this party started. Hang on a minute. Uh, Sorry, guys. Um, Too many things going on at once. It's been kind of crazy busy. I'm going to send a link out here right quick. Um, and before we get too thick into it, uh, I do appreciate you dropping that link. And I had it pulled up actually and was fixing to drop the link. But thank you, Joy. I really do appreciate that. Anyway, that was a great time with Shane. Our conversation was going in the direction that I like to see happen. What we need to do right now is we need to focus on what is truly going on in the world. Dang it. My techno. No, David, we went back on this channel. Keeps beating me out. It'll be all right. I promise. Leave. Okay. Now, anyway,
Hang on, my phone blew up as soon as the stream ended. We're gonna get. We're gonna go on a. We're gonna go a quick different direction here for a minute, and why? There we go. Anyway, I thought on day 16 rocked it over there like she always does. She's way smarter than I am. I'm just some dumb guy that sits over here and knows how to run some software. That's all I do. But I do intend and I want to help. Um, you know, that building our communities back together is a big deal. Okay. Anyway, uh, and one of the things that she and I have talked about on several different occasions is talking about this election, tracking these elections, because we need to know who's involved, and we need to know what these people intend to do, and we have to um, uh, we have to pay attention to that stuff because we have to know what these people believe, and just because they say one thing um, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do anything or they're going to do what they say they're going to do. So we need to do our research into finding out who, what, when, and where. I think it's inevitable that we do that. I'm going to move my camera for a minute here, guys. It's a distraction. If I put it up there too far away, it'll be goofy, and it's right in my way, so I can't see my screen. So I'm moving stuff around. Maybe I'm not smart enough to work this thing. Good golly. There we go. Now we got it. Let's see if that's any better. I bet it's not. No, now I look like I'm looking up. And I'm really not. I need it to be up here about, I don't know, eye level. Anyway, we have to pay attention to these. I've got 140 over here is what I'm showing, Miss Dreamweaver. Anyway, we need to know who these people are that are running in our elections, and we need to know what their track records are. I don't care what they say in the public eye. I want to know what their track record was. What did they vote on? How did they vote? Sorry, that's there's an election tracker page on Gab social media. That'd be awesome. There we go. But anyway, checking into these people is a huge thing in my book. Because you need their track record. That's what you need. Now I'm gonna look like I'm sitting on the bottom bunk, but I don't care. I had to get it out of my way, and I didn't like it where it was at. I prefer it maybe there. Anyway, RH had some things he wanted to come in and talk about, so we'll pull him up here in just a second. Dawn, nothing happened. I was streaming off of their stream, and when they ended, I didn't know if I could stay live, so I just left and then restarted the stream over here. Degrees are overweighted over 26 years. All right, RH. I didn't get. RH says he's been sending me information for the last day or so, and man, it's just been crazy busy. Are you there, RH?
Hey, fellas. Hey, Travis, what's up? I like to contribute to this channel, and right now, your channel, I respect your channel because you allow us our voice, and that includes civilians, current active duty military, military veterans, and pretty much everyone out there in the professional fields, medical fields, you name it. Okay, that's patriotism, in my opinion. But anyways, there's a lot of information that goes out there, and a lot of people can't tie it together. I'm not saying I can, tie everything together, but based on my background, I can tie some things together that the civilian population cannot. So when I come on and talk, I like to have sometimes other witnesses that can verify what I'm saying. So this information, I put it together in a short briefing type situation, in a military type briefing. If you give me like 5 minutes, I can get through the information. And if you have a question, please write it down and don't forget it, because every question is important. Okay, we know the definition of cabal. A cabal is a secret political clique or faction. In reference to that, in the definition, a cabal of dissidents. So we're talking about dissidents that have separated themselves from the American First policy, or Make America Great Again. Now, in September, now we're talking about the pretty much shining the light on the war powers that the president has. There's a lot of tools that the president has in his toolbox to fight against global terrorism. Now, we know there was some dissidents, or I would say, rather say, a political clique or faction within 44's administration. And one of those individuals, I'm not going to say any names, was a citizen of, or born in Iran. So let's get to the first emergency proclamation, or emergency powers of the president or executive branch of the government. Proclamation 7463 extended the 9/11 emergency powers. That was President Donald J. Trump's promise to the family members of the victims of 9/11 that it will never happen again, or keep it from ever happening again. And also to free up funds to help the family members that lost loved ones in that attack. Whether the attack is inside, within, or without, we still have to have, the president still has to have additional powers to help the victims' family members and the victims themselves, the ones that were injured. And okay, so I don't want to touch too much on that. Okay, but he reinvoked the emergency powers again in September of 2017. Now, 2017 is a big, a lot of things happened. Let's just put it that way. Okay, in November of 2017, President Donald J. Trump and Commander-in-Chief Donald J. Trump extended EO 12170. 12170 was issued by President Jimmy Carter 10 days after the start of the Iranian hostage crisis. That order, now pay attention to 10 days. That order was continued by President Trump in November 2017. Now, the comms last night, we have the keywords or phrases, hostages. Okay, hostage situation. We had another hostage situation last night. Okay, now go back to remembering the 10 Navy sailors. that were taken hostage. And what did 44 do? Basically, he gave them pallets of cash in foreign and U.S. currencies over, what did they say it was, Travis, over $1 billion?
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of us pay attention to symbology or symbols, especially military people, because we have to speak in code. We have radio terminologies that we use. Okay, for example, 5x5. Okay, we hear you loud and clear, correct? Okay. Okay, so sometimes our military um, puts out information that they know what the civilian um, population is going through to let you know that they're on top of it. Okay, so we go back to EO 12170 that was extended by President Trump in November of 2017. Now, what happened prior to him extending that EO is very important too in that decision. October 1st, 2017 was the terrorist attack on Las Vegas where the casinos were hit. April or May of 2017, I believe the same terrorist faction or clique attacked the casino in the Philippines. Okay, May of 2017 was when the IC, when I say IC, it's the intelligence community, leaked a classified conversation between 45 and the president of the Philippines. That information, which was unlawful to leak into the public domain, endangered 45's life. So, okay, so we had basically two or three things that happened in 2017 that a lot of people kind of like just kind of looked over really quick and didn't pay much attention to it. Also in November 2017 in Manila, remember the terrorist attack on their casinos? There was an attempt on 45's life in Manila in November 2017. So last night, focusing on the comms, there were a lot of comms out there. If you're a military type person, you can pick up on them. Now, we'll throw out what seems to be arbitrary numbers for y'all to put together. Arbitrary numbers like 55,000. Okay, what are zeros? Zeros are actually, as far as numerical significance, zero. There's nothing there. When you're putting out codes sometimes, or you're trying to put out signals to help the good guys. 55,000 crowd size was an arbitrary number, but it was picked for a specific reason. And 25 miles long train of cars. That was also an arbitrary number. Now, 25, okay, this isn't numerology. This is just common sense because I don't believe in numerology. I don't make up prophecies by using my own numbers and all that kind of thing. So 25, okay, is 5x5. Remember, loud and clear. We hear you. Now, so when you go back to the boards, if you're following the boards, I don't follow them that much, but I'll watch or look at the information for information. Okay, data to what I also know. Now, there was another sign when it comes to the military a year or so back, or I can't remember exactly when, but there's a B-52, a B-2, and a B-1 flyover. When basically add up the numbers, it equals 55. And I believe that was the military telling us, we hear you loud and clear. Now, the storm is upon us, in my opinion. We are the storm. We, 45, if he didn't teach us anything, the thing we should really focus on is how many times, Travis, did he tell us he gave the power back to us?
Yeah.
Remember his speech on January 20th, 2017. He gave the power back to us. So, I mean, when you're on, I mean, this is my opinion. We are the storm. We are the red wave. And we need everyone's help to hold these people accountable and fully regain back the control of our country.
Right.
Okay, so there was comms on that last night again. Remember? Our country belongs to us. Remember? He's pointing at us. Okay, so now this is where I need some help. Now there's symbols or symbology when it comes to military. Now there was 5 stars above the Save America sign, right below or on 45's podium. Y'all, I saw the 5 stars above Save. Did y'all see the 5 stars? Was there 5 stars below Save America, whatever the sign said? Because I couldn't read it. Did anybody notice that?
I didn't notice it.
Okay. Now, this is speculation, but in a time of war, in certain crises, I believe 45 is mentioned many times. We are experiencing an invisible enemy. Okay, let's go back to that. The definition of cabal again. Clique. Okay, a secret political clique or faction. A cabal of dissidents. So, in the War Powers manual, in the War Powers of the President of the United States, we're experiencing a global invisible enemy, okay, that's trying to take down the United States. Would you agree, Travis?
Well, I think they're trying to crush the whole world. I think the whole world's economies are in trouble. I think the United States is the last free country in the world, and I would agree that that's their last pull.
Right. So, like in a World War II type situation, if you want to say this is a World War III type situation, that we're up against an invisible global enemy, correct? Okay, there are certain authorities that rest with the President of the United States, and those are authorities. He can issue orders, and these orders have to be classified to protect the civilian population, to protect our nation. Okay, would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so in a war powers authorization of the President of the United States, based on just a couple of things that I've mentioned here, these are lawful executive orders that have been extended past January 20th, 2017, that 45 put in place for the national security purposes of the United States. Okay, symbology, 5 stars. When have we had 5-star generals or admirals.
Yeah, you're out of
Travis.
my league there.
Okay. In World War II and in wars, we've had, I believe it is total of 9 5-star generals. Okay. Now, a lot of people keep on bringing up General Berger. Okay. Now, and they're, as far as the Pacific goes and Army wise goes, a lot of people bring up the name Flynn. I'm referring to 4-star General Flynn. Okay, so in times of war, now you can also say in times of war, in the cyberspace, the president has the ability to appoint 5-star generals. Now, whether or not how much the Congress is involved or not, but these could have been put in place when we had a majority in the Senate. So,
What the fuck are you talking about?
hey, David, I'm not going to stand for disrespect. If you want to talk to me after this, I'll gladly give you my number and you can call and talk to me in person. So just let me get the information out there. And if you don't agree with it, just speak up. But I'm not going to stand for any disrespect or I'll leave. This is Travis's channel. He allowed me to come on. If you want to say something to me after put the information out there, you have every right to, and I'll listen to what you have to say. Is that fair?
No, I'm
Okay.
muted. I'm not saying a word. Knock your socks off.
All he was asking, he didn't know what you were talking about. It went back to
Oh, okay.
executive order 12170, blocking Iran government property. Was April 17th of 1980. Is that correct? Oh, that's
Okay.
1207. Hang on. I pulled it up and I was trying to read it and do all this at the same time. So I'm trying to multitask a little bit too, so I can follow you because um, I'm not trying to be mean to you at all, but you speak so much, you speak over my head, and I get lost very easy.
Okay.
Well, I have one question to start since he already put that information out. So you're telling me that the Las Vegas shooting and the one in Manila were related?
That's my opinion. Correct.
Okay. Now, let me get, well, from my understanding, in the Las Vegas shooting, they were trying to go after the newly crown prince of Saudi Arabia. Yes, Trump was there. The Saudi Arabian new crown prince was here to call on American corporations and tell them, guess what? We have the information on you, and you need to get rid of these people or we will take you out. There was
Okay.
5 casinos hit that
This
night.
is exactly why I wanted to come on and put the information out. Then, if you wanted to, after I put the information out, you can ask me any question you like. Okay. So, you threw out a bunch of other information. Now, I'm just going to say this with that, and I would like to move on because I was almost finished. Okay. Do you understand the Shia, um, who the Shia is at war against? The Shia clique or faction. Okay. Iran is Shia. Okay. They've been at war with Saudi Arabia for quite some time now. They've been hitting their energy sources. Uh, the problems they have on Saudi Arabia's border with Yemen. Uh, I could sit there and go on forever. But who would be one of the primary suspects when they're going after a Saudi prince? Okay, so let's just put it in those terms. Now, this is just my opinion as far as that goes, based on certain executive actions that the president of the United States took. So, Okay, in a time of war, and I'm going to finish this up. I was asking if y'all saw 5 stars above the Save America sign on 45's podium, and on top and the bottom. Was there only 5 stars on the top? Okay, so this is my opinion. 45 could have placed Berger in a 5-star position. That position would be called the General of the U.S. Armed Forces. Now, in times of war, we've had 9 5-star generals. General Eisenhower was one. General Pershing was one. General Hap Arnold was one. General Bradley was one. I don't have them all memorized, but it's just, you can Google it. You can read about the history as far as that goes. So we've never been in a war like this, and everybody agrees this is a global war. Even from a civilian viewpoint, Travis believes this is, and it is a global war. So
I think it is. I think it's. I don't think it. I think we're the last country to bow down to their bullshit. In my opinion.
right. So Trump made a reference to the hostages last night, even though that was a different situation. You have to have a historical background to pick out some of the hostage situations we've been in before. The Iranian hostage crisis, the 10 Navy sailors that were held hostage by Iran, the pallets of cash deal, the hostage situation last night, even though all five, I believe it was 5 of the hostages were set free without being injured or harmed, from my understanding. So there was 5 stars on Trump's podium last night. Okay, there were 6 flags. Now remember, the Pentagon was made in the shape of a pentagon, a 5-star pentagon, but that's before we added the Space Force, the 6th branch of U.S. Armed Forces. Now, there was symbology of 6 flags, and that could have been a coincidence. You have six branches of the armed forces. You have 6 flag officers. So that could be just a coincidence. Now, this is what I've seen. Now, so whether all this stuff amounts to a whole lot or nothing, this is just my opinion and the information that I've seen. And I do believe that there are things going on, but I'm not privileged to information. Even if I was, there would be no way in heck I would say anything about it. Now, the president of the United States, to piggyback on all this, he can recall any former officer back into active duty, especially in a time of war. Now, this means, remember, I keep talking about battlefield promotions and demotions. Now, when somebody, a certain command general or flag officer general, is not abiding by his oath of office or oath of commission, they can be pulled from that position really quick. And when you're in a time of war, like we all believe we're in, you can pull that person or that individual from that position in a classified sense where the civilian population wouldn't know about it. So I think people may agree with that or may not. But anyways, that's all I had tonight, Travis, and I hope it helps.
Right. I appreciate that, RH. You talk so many different on a different level than I do, so my comprehension level is a little bit. You lose me. It's like
Right,
listening
I
to
understand. This is
talk
kind of
about.
really a short thing because I didn't know, everybody's getting tired, and there's going to be a lot of people out there that don't agree with me, and that's fine. But I probably read that statement about the national emergency that Trump extended in November of 2017. A lot of people are just glossing over that, and they don't understand the significance when we're talking about the, I wouldn't say targets, but the individuals involved. Now, that explicitly references Iran. Now, we know the issue with Soleimani and all that stuff, and the threats, again, the threats they've made on the President of the United States. Okay, so remember, we're up against the cabal, and it's a global cabal. It's a secret political clique or faction, a cabal of dissidents that are trying to take over the entire world. So, okay, so do you understand the EO 12170, Travis? That was implemented. Carter implemented that EO 10 days after the Iranian hostage crisis, when Iran took those, the university students or whatever hostage. There were 10 of them. And that occurred on November 14th, 1979. So that means on November 4th of 1979 is when Carter issued the emergency, national emergency. So now, why would President Trump extend it in November of 2017? Because there was a threat there. Okay, so now they like to use these political factions or cliques. They love to use innocent people or individuals or whatever, and classify them falsely as domestic terrorists. Now, that what do you call it? That Vegas attack, in my opinion, the targets weren't so much the Prince of Saudi Arabia as they were the ranchers. Okay, we talked about former Senator Harry Reid. Harry Reid and BO and VJ, Victor Juliet, okay, were in a war against the American people, and they were soliciting help from foreign actors. Okay, so a lot of times when they want their dirty work done, they'll solicit foreign actors, say from certain countries that were deemed state sponsors of terrorism. Okay, so, and they'll blame it on another group that they're at war with. So, okay, Al Qaeda, if you say Al Qaeda, okay, what could that also be referencing to? ISIS,
Well,
correct?
look at
Well,
9/11.
I'll stop you right there. I have a question. Who made and who is ISIS and Al Qaeda? Who was in command of ISIS and Al Qaeda?
Question.
Who was in charge of ISIS and Al Qaeda?
Who
What, the deep
was
state?
in charge and gave Al Qaeda and ISIS their marching orders? I will help you. Senator John McCain and
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham.
Well, David, that's all common sense. We all know that. I don't know. I hope you understand. I'm on the same team. Whether your
I get
information
that,
might be
but
a little bit
you're
different.
going down so many avenues and confusing the crap out of people. The shooting in Las Vegas had nothing to do with ranchers. It has been proven. There's documents on it. It was a CIA operation to take out the crown prince newly of Saudi Arabia. Trump was there that night. The crown prince was there that night. 5 different casinos got hit, and the way the fairgrounds got strafed was by helicopter gunships. One with an M60, the other one with a 240 SAW. The person that was supposed to mastermind, Richard Paddock, was what? A CIA gun runner. And he probably is still alive to this day, more than likely. And if you've ever been to Las Vegas, you cannot step or press on a high-rise building window in Vegas without it sending an alarm to the front desk, and security will be in your room within 5 minutes. They are all facts, not suggestions, not speculations. They are cold, hard facts. I can continue on, but I digress.
Okay, so I said that it's my opinion that it could be terrorists from a state sponsor of terrorism. You firmly believe that, okay, it was no-name guys, you know, that they were using, that they were funding and weaponizing to overthrow Assad in Syria. So, you know, you have a right to your opinion. Now, if you say that's fact, and I haven't seen anything from the U.S. Secret Service that came out that said there was an attempted assassination of 45 at Vegas on October 1st, 2017. Have you?
You are twisting words. They were
No,
not going after Donald J. Trump. They were going after the newly crowned Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I
Why?
thought you
Because
just said.
the old man funded Barack Obama. The old man of Saudi Arabia funded a lot of stuff. Remember when all the Saudi sheiks and high rollers in the Saudi Arabian country were rounded up and put in a hotel, and most of them got killed, they hung themselves. Remember that one?
Right, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Right. Why was that? Because the new young crown prince had taken over, and all the old pedophile boys were rounded up and killed.
Okay, so that's your opinion, right?
No,
That's your
that is
opinion.
not my opinion, RH.
No, no.
That's not an opinion. That is stated
Hey,
fact. You
David,
need
hold on a second. Stop the screaming. First of all, I said I didn't know for sure. Okay, what you said happened at the Crown, as far as the Crown Prince in Vegas, is the subject area I'm talking about, not Saudi Arabia. I know what
Right.
happened, what you're referring to that happened in Saudi
I'm
Arabia.
also telling you that the crap has nothing to do with the ranchers. It was about trying to kill the crown prince. The
Okay,
CIA was the one trying to take him out.
okay, all right. So that's your opinion, far
It
as the
is
Vegas
not an
thing.
opinion. It is not an opinion, RH.
Dude,
If
dude,
you read
Travis,
and look, I
Calm
don't
Do
down.
have
me
the
a favor and
receipt
mute
with
his
me,
mic
but it
until
is
I'm
a
done.
fact.
Let
It
me
has
put out
been
the
put out there. But
information.
I'll mute.
Just please, thank you.
Calm down for a
All
second.
right.
Well, okay, but he says that it's fact that they proved it. Okay, how do I find that information, David? I got Google pulled up here because I don't know anything. I don't know anything about what you guys talk about. RH, when you come on, all I can do is listen because I don't know. I don't check into
In
this stuff.
Saudi Arabia, they have royal family factions, okay, like the Osama bin Laden faction or the bin Laden faction, right? So I think they cleaned up their mess in Saudi Arabia to hold the individuals accountable, far as that goes. But for a certain any individual to say that the ranchers were not targeted. Now, remember the gubernatorial candidate, what's her name, Katie Lake? she mentioned the ranchers last night. That was another comm. She's a very, very intelligent lady. Remember, they set up the ranchers, uh, and what came out of that, Travis, they murdered, they homicided Lavoy Finnegan after they declared them domestic terrorists. Remember what they're doing to the school board people. Now, so there was, I have live video footage of people on the ground, EMTs and stuff from October 1st, 2017, that made the statement that these are headshots. It was a country western concert. Route 19, if you look it up, the Vegas shooting, the primary target area was at the country music festival. There were a lot of ranchers there that day. Okay, so now whether they use that route 91, yeah, Route 91, it was a country music festival in Vegas on October 1st, 2017, and a few of the ranchers were killed. Okay, and those kills were headshots, ground level headshots. They didn't come up from the 32, was the Mandalay Bay, a level 32. So what did those innocent country music festival lovers have to do with taking down a CIA hit on the Saudi royal, attempted assassination of the Saudi royal prince? Travis?
See, I have no idea. I don't dig into this kind of stuff, and that's what I say. I can't even speak intelligently about it because I don't follow any of this stuff.
Right.
Let me see. I can give you a word. It begins with a D that we use so much today. It's called a distraction. If you're trying to kill somebody important, what better way to have thousands of people running scared and crazy? I'm fearing for my life. Wouldn't that overwhelm your police? They're more worried about that than something else. And if you fire shots in 5 casinos, wouldn't you think something else? And what did we see on video also? We saw a certain individual in what kind of a Egyptian looking, kind of Saudi Arabia looking guard with some kind of boys that didn't look like they were EMTs or something. They were awful big, herding this one guy through a empty casino room to somewhere else. It had, if there was ranchers at the conference, it was pretty much. But Paddock was not a sharpshooter. You would be hard pressed for a sharpshooter to hit the kind of people that he did from there. And okay, well, why is it they couldn't find a room? They know exactly what room. As soon as you blow out the window, a light downstairs goes blink, 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 blink. They knew the room exactly. There's no reason to get the thing. And okay, and the one thing that was not found in the room, shell casings. There was next to no shell casings. We could go on and on and on. The information is
Okay.
out there. It's not a speculation or any of that or my opinion. If
Okay.
you dig in
So,
the
in
right
your
spot,
opinion,
it's a
David,
fact.
in your opinion, were there 58 people that were killed, and I would say a couple of them were probably the bad guys? What about the 56 that were killed? Are you saying that was just a lie? What did they
I'm
have to
not
do
saying they
with
didn't
Paddock
die,
or anything like
RH.
that?
I'm not saying they didn't die. Do you think these people really care? It was 2 helicopter gunships. If you go pull the records from the air park across the street that are not unredacted or not falsified, you will see the 2 helicopters that were rented. It was an M2249 Saw and an M60. You should know if you're in the military, they're 2 very
Yeah,
distinct
I've
sounds. It
seen
was
all
not
those
an
videos.
AR-15 with a
I've
bump
seen.
stock.
Okay, I've seen all those video clips you're talking about. I understand what you're saying, but what the hell does 56 ranchers on the ground, and the ranchers that were shot, I mean, they were sniped at a ground level. What do they have to do with the guy up on the 32nd floor and the top level floors
Wait a
of
minute.
the Saudi royal family?
Wait a minute. How can you be sniped at ground level? That's for one. How can you be sniped from ground level?
Okay, I got a video out there, by basically, by the way, there are people on the ground running with weapons. Okay, they could be AR-15, but they're hit. They were assassinated at a ground level. They were attacking at ground levels. They were killing people. They wasn't being sniped from Paddock's room. I didn't say that. You said that. I said that. I did not say that. Okay.
Okay.
Did you see
Put
the
it this
body
way.
cam footage of the first officers that went into Paddock's room? Do you know there was not no window busted out when they first entered the room? Do you know there was not a bunch of shell casings, like you said, that weren't on the ground when they first entered the room? Now, I have that video footage if you want to see it. I can share it to Travis. He can share it to you. But I wanted to put out this information. Now, to say the ranchers haven't been targeted, gubernatorial candidate last night, Katie Lake, brought that up. That was a drop. Okay.
Wait a minute. That's your opinion. It was a drop. Like all this other stuff is everybody's opinion, trying to protect the goalpost from being moved again. My sentiments would be, I'm like a normal American. You don't need to talk to me in code and all this other stuff. For over a year, we have heard it. We have all the evidence. We got them all. Why, if you are a leader, I'm sorry. If I was a Marine Corps leader, I would be at the head of the pack saying, it's time to kick their ass, boys. Charge. You, as a president, all you have to say is the three magical words or four words that everybody's waiting to hear. The storm is upon us. I shall repel it. Woo! And America and the world would have been going bonkers. You know what America's doing today? Most of the people in this country say, ooh, that's bullshit. And most of the people in the world are going, I guess America's is, we don't know what America's doing yet. We're still damn confused.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
agree.
That's like Johnny Q public on the streets opinion of what happened last night. If you have to search for comms and all this other horse manure, then obviously we got serious issues in the background.
Okay. All right.
That
So
aren't
I'll
happening.
just redefine it. Why did she need to bring up the ranch? Why don't you just play back the video and listen to what the lady said to you? Right. Okay. That wasn't like in a coded message or nothing. I'm just putting it together for you to help you. Okay. So, whether you like it or not, I'll put out information. And if it doesn't add up, I'll be the first one to come back here and say I'm wrong. But Saudi Arabia and Iran have been at war with each other for decades, centuries.
You're
Okay,
trying to tie incidents that are separate and on their own together in a nice, neat bow, and it does not work.
Wait a minute. What'd you just say now? Say that. Repeat that again.
You are trying to put separate, individual, distinct issues and events together and tie them up in a nice bow, and it doesn't work. The one Las Vegas shooting, if there was ranchers at the conference or whatever, probably was a coincidence. They were probably collateral damage. Is it that hard to think that, wow, it's a country music concert, that there may be ranchers that would actually go to it?
Okay. What county was? What county?
Whoa! I'm tired of arguing. Let's listen. Calm down.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing.
You guys are getting all emotional. This is what divides our family. This is what we can't even have a conversation about it because you two guys get pissed off at each other.
No, Travis, I just wanted to come on and put out my information. I was going to shut up and leave. Remember?
I'll just turn it over to y'all.
No. You don't have to turn it over to me. That's the reason why I requested to come on alone, put out the information. I was going to mute my mic and leave. Correct?
Okay. instead of having a conversation, you guys always end up in an argument. What difference does any of this make? I don't know, because I'm not privy to the information. I haven't studied some of these things that you guys are arguing about, so I have nothing to bring to the table. I'm over here looking at the executive orders and looking up the Crown Prince's Las Vegas thing. You guys are talking about things I don't know anything about, but we don't have to. Okay. We can sit here and have a conversation and quit screaming at each other, please.
That's well, dude, I wasn't screaming. Right? I wasn't Travis. I wasn't screaming at anyone.
Okay, but between you and him, my ears are the tinnitus in my ears drives me nuts. I'm just trying to say,
all right,
we could have a nice conversation about it. There's a lot of things that haven't been right in our country for years. If 9/11 is one of them, but Mason has a comment up there that I think is exactly right. They were all victims. They didn't pick out specific individuals at a concert. I don't see how they could have done that. Did they have face recognition? I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I don't study those kinds of things. I study things that can make a difference in our communities, and I try to get involved that way. So when you guys get off out here on this side, I usually let you guys just run with it. But I can't. So
okay. All right. Like I said, I was going to put the information out there and step down. Now I do have a new video out there that's probably about 2 hours long that has a compilation of all the videos together to give you a better understanding of what happened on 10/1/2017. Now it reinforces exactly what I'm saying by people that were there and witnesses that were on the ground. I'm not talking about up in the hotel. And also shows a footage of the first like law enforcement type official to breach Paddock's room with his live cam on. Okay, so I could share that to you if you like, Travis. Now, as far as the Saudi conference, I don't know about the conference. I didn't read into it too much, but I do know these political factions or cliques have been at war with the ranchers for quite some time now. Now, Carrie Lake did bring that up in her speech last night. Are those not facts?
Yes, she did. She did bring that up in her speech.
Okay, the last thing I would like to say, Travis, I'm sorry it went off like this. That's the reason why I wanted to come on alone, put out the information, and let you, if you had any questions, you could ask me, and I was going to get off.
Right. But see, when you talk about these things, RH, I have no information on them whatsoever. But the reason, and I'll tell the chat and everybody, the reason I let you come on and talk is because you've served your country and you've done your part to keep this country safe, and I respect all my veterans, and I'll always respect your opinion. And some of the things I did agree with you on, but some of these things I haven't studied, so I can't speak intelligently about them. And the best thing I can do is shut up.
Okay. As far as common sense goes, Travis, I'm just going to leave you with this. Remember, we had to take out what do you call that guy? Salmanani, or whatever his name was.
I don't know who that is. See, I don't study that.
Okay. Stuff. He was the leader of the Shia militia. Okay. Iranian Shia militia. He was at the time, I believe, the #1 wanted terrorist in the world. Okay. Why do you take out an individual like that? Okay. There has to be direct knowledge that he's about to attack U.S. personnel overseas. There's an attack ongoing or in progress, a reliable threat, official or legitimate threat that was involving, again, possible hostage situations or the injuring or murdering or death of American citizens, whether they're military, active duty, veterans, contractors, or whatever. They took out Salmanani before he could carry out that attack.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
Salmanani, or however you pronounce it, somebody can pronounce it better than me. Um, he was targeted with a drone strike, and it took him out. So that prevented any future attacks from happening. Okay. And I mean, it was done swift. And look what the clique or political faction, how they attacked President T for doing that. Okay, now recently in the news, who put out the video that they're going to try to assassinate Trump again?
Stuff together
I'm just
again.
asking you, Travis. I'm just asking you, Travis, and then I'm gone. I appreciate it.
I have a question, RH, and I'm trying to be calm and ask you this question. Do you know what Soleimani was transporting between the United States and Iran at the behest of the CIA?
Okay, all right. Travis, I asked you that question.
Yeah,
Do you
you're,
do
you're,
you do you know that just recently
you're speaking
that
of. Oh no.
right, just recently Iranian put out an assassination threat on President Trump and a couple other individuals, and I didn't catch who they were making that threat towards. But Iran has from day one, from when Soleimani was taken out, whatever his name is, they've been threatening to attack the United States from that day forward. So that's all the information I had, Travis. I hope it helps, and you have a
You'll have
good night. Unless you have another question for me.
Yeah, you'll have to send me some information on that. I know the last couple of days have been really, really crazy. Uh, but if you'll send that information, because you guys study military stuff, and I don't know it. I've never been in the military, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I have been. Uh, and when
Well,
you guys look at things that
I'll help you out. I'll help you out next in the future, because I don't want to do this. You know, this is, I respect you, and like again, I keep telling you, I appreciate you allowing us to come on to give us a voice. In the future, I will provide you the information through the means you allowed me to, and that's going to be it. And I appreciate everybody listening.
I
If
tell
you
you
got a
what we can
question
do.
for me,
I tell you what we can do next time, RH, is we can do we'll record something and put it up. And then there won't be any distraction from chat. There won't be any distraction from anybody.
right? And if
And
you
then,
remember before,
but you're gonna have to give me something to if you give me something to read, it'll take me forever to get through it. But if you'll give me something that I can watch to bring me up to date, I'll have a better chance of comprehending it. My reading comprehension is not that great.
right? So when Trump extended Jimmy Carter's or President Carter's national emergency, uh, it was EO. Carter's EO was EO, emergency executive order. It was executive order 12170. Trump extended that uh, in November of 2017, and that references Iran, the Iranian threat.
Okay, and
So
I've got that pulled up in my uh, browser, so I'll try to read through that. But like I said, I'll have a tough time getting through it and comprehending it. But one of these days we can talk about it. We can actually read that and go through it if you want.
right, and that's in response 10 days after the Americans were taken hostage. Now we remember the 10 Navy sailors that were taken hostage by Iran too. Remember that. And then we had another hostage crisis last night. Although, you know, the way it was worded, it just reminded me of the previous hostage situations our countries had to endure when it comes to Iran. So I really appreciate letting me come on. And if you have any questions before I go, I'll try my best to answer them. And if any of this information is false, or if it alludes to false information, I'll come back on and I'll correct myself if you allow me to, or I'll just give you the information through the means you allow me to communicate with you. Fair enough?
Yeah. I didn't have any questions for you because I don't follow those kind of things close enough. I'm more, and I just got involved, and I want to do local stuff. I want to help our communities get back together. All these conspiracy theories and stuff that we talk about they're fantastic, but that my interest is more focused on local. But I do want your opinion out there, and David's opinion is important. We have to learn to try to do the best we can to get along, because that's what's tearing our side apart, is we get so frustrated.
Yeah, well, like I said, this is the
great.
only platform that I come on to try to help or contribute to. I don't go on another. I don't go out there and try to advance myself or anything like that. I don't have any other platforms. I don't get paid any money for anything that I put out. All the articles I've written for going on 20 years, I've served my country, and Uncle Sam takes care of me. The American citizens take care of me for my service, and in my appreciation for that, I do this without any, not asking for anything at all. If you remember at the very beginning, I had a really messed up phone, and I couldn't put out the information. I was really tired of censorship, and I came on, and you basically, I saw the chat. Oh, this country boy wants a war, and he's off his meds and all that stuff. And you kind of stood in my camp and said, listen, he's just passionate what he believes. So David's passionate what he believes, but we both have to, or everyone needs to channel that information in a proper way without being disrespectful to other people. By saying, what the F does that have to do with anything and all that stuff? You'll never understand what it has to do with anything. Just like we said, we were talking about, remember, they went from targeting the ranchers and had a drone operation where they homicided Lavoy Finnegan. That was after they declared they were a domestic terrorist. That gave them all the three-letter agency powers to conduct unlawful surveillance against the ranchers. Okay, just like they're trying to do with concerned parents, moms and dads that want to help their kids by, having conferences with school boards. Look what they're trying to call. They're trying to categorize them, if they haven't already, as domestic terrorists. This is how it relates to us locally this very second.
Right.
And, if people can't see that, I don't know how any other way they convey the information to them. We have the power. It's up to us to stand up. We are the storm. It's up to us to, hold these people accountable and readdress our grievances to the government, just like it says in the U.S. Constitution. That's one of our First Amendment rights at the very top. That we have the right to readdress our grievances to our government, like the peaceful people, the thousands of peaceful citizens did, or over 1 million people that did nothing wrong on 1/6. That's what they were there for. So I believe that most people agree with what I just said.
Sorry, I'm catching up with chat there. My everything's blowing up. My email's blowing up. Everything's blowing up.
Now, as far as David's experience in the military, he's got insight that I don't have. Just like the, what is it, the tactical nuke or whatever that he's talking about that went through Syria, whatever, and eventually ended up in Iranian hands. Uh, you know, I if I ever hear any information like that, I've studied some of the information. I just like to know the source so I can go to the source and look it up so I can be informed myself. It's not a it's not anything derogatory or personal attack if you ask for a source. So that's what I like to do. And if I can't even get the source, then I can go out there and Google it, but or duck duck go at it, I guess. And if I don't have it, there's information out there that I will never get. You know what I mean? So it doesn't help anyone if they're trying to get information on anything that you put out and you don't provide them a source.
Right.
I'll
So,
give you some kind of tidbit of how to look it up because I don't have it sitting right in front of me. Barack
I'm trying to look
Obama,
it up.
well, Barack Obama transferred 8 Mark 28, which are nuclear mortars. 8 of them went to Syria. How they got there, do not know. One of them was used by the Syrians. The other 7 were transferred to Iran to a Mr. Soleimani. Mr. Soleimani, at behest of the CIA, was making every other week trips to the United States and taking high grade nuclear material back to Iran. Remember, Israel started going bonkers that Iran was that much close to the bomb. They're extremely close if they do not already have a nuclear bomb at the behest of the United States by one Barack Obama. The
yeah,
reason
the
Soleimani
reason
was
why
taken out because all that was uncovered by the Trump administration. That's why he was taken out.
okay, so the reason why I asked you because you said you didn't know how it got to Syria, but we know that the deep state, no name and all those people funded mercenaries or what we would call uh, factions or terrorists to take out Assad in Syria. So that's the reason why it didn't really make sense to me there. But it doesn't mean because there's an Iranian contingent in Syria too, just like there's a Russian contingent, Russian militaries in Syria too. So it's but David, once you reinforce what I said, this to provide factual information on who Soleimani really was. Who was he? You throw out a last name, a lot of people don't even know who he is. I'll let you explain that. And that's all I have tonight, Travis. If you
If
have
you'll send,
another question.
you'll send me some information and let me catch up to speed, I'll be able to talk intelligently about it. If conversations that I don't know anything about, I stay out of because I don't want to make myself look dumb. I don't need any help there.
Yeah, well, I'm dumb about a lot of things myself, but I try to learn, and especially when it comes to national defense, what I mean, um, angle. I try to learn what I can also. But anyways,
Hey, Travis, did you want to Google it? I think somebody just said in the chat that it's called the Pelican Project.
Okay.
Don't know exactly.
I don't know what that is.
I assume it's a CIA operation, I would assume, because they're the ones that were involved in it. So, but anyway, moving on. Let's see what else we got there, Travis Train. What would we like to talk about next? Whoop, whoop, get out of the dark and lonely there.
I don't know.
Anybody in chat got a topic suggestion since we all done blowed everybody's mind for the last hour or so? Ah!
Well, the
Come
only
on,
reason
Timmy, give us a topic.
the only reason it's hard for me to keep up with RH is because he studies things that I don't study, and you and then you get you get upset, and it doesn't make a productive
Oh,
conversation.
I'm sorry, but
Hey, Travis, I'll share you the link
Okay.
in the chat, in the public chat. I
Okay.
think I still got French. Far as what happened, uh,
Oh,
all the
I,
video clips of October 1st. Now there was bloodshed there that day, and it wasn't just Paddock and that guy. They were collateral damage. That's just, it's sad. I don't even understand how they got that far out of whack. If it was supposedly the good guys involved in that operation, I don't know. But anyways, I really don't know a whole lot about it. I've reviewed. That's the most extensive compilation of videos up to date that of what happened in Clark County, Nevada. Okay, on October 1st, 2017, that I've ever seen. If you watch that, it's pretty very thorough.
oh, do we have a troll in the chat, Miss Dreamweaver?
So I have to step down from the panel to share it in public chat. Unless you got anything else for me, Travis, before I leave.
Uh, no, but if you'll send me that information, I'll try to get to some of it. It's been crazy, stupid busy, really crazy, stupid busy. Between putting out fires and trying to put stuff together, we're trying to make the channel grow. I really want to start doing some good local stuff.
Right. So Soleimani again I should say was
Oh my
the leader of the
God.
Shia militia. So that's it. That's all I had. What
Okay.
was wrong with that?
I didn't say
I,
nothing.
I heard somebody say, "Oh my God!" I
That
didn't
wasn't
know.
me.
Dawn.
That was not
I
me.
think
I did
Dawn's
not say
on
a
the
word.
way. I think Dawn's listening
Okay.
on YouTube and watching on Restream.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, Crystal.
Hi.
What are you
I
doing?
know this is going way off subject, but I was watching David's channel earlier, and I wanted to ask him about the electricity because I've got to get mine all done again. My dang breaker box is outside of my house, and I
Oh
wanted to
shit.
know.
Well, that's easy. That's easy if it's outside the house. That means you don't have to move it. All you got to do is put a new box in, I would assume.
Well, there's a box up there, but I thought you had to have it inside your house.
I don't know.
No. Well, I'm not sure about where you live, but from my understanding of the current building codes, most of them now are trying to put the boxes on the outside. In Louisiana, like mine was inside the main master bedroom's closet. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want that anymore. They want it outside the house because if the fire department has to come or something happens in your house, they want to be able to shut off the power from the outside without having to go through a lot of crap.
Well, did it cost a whole lot to have the inside? Will it cost a lot to have the inside ran?
I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest.
Well, I can only tell you what I was quoted down here. For them to move my box to the outside with a new breaker box, which is the box that holds all the little things that flick on and off, and the main breaker where it comes in from the meter thing, was $2,500. Now, I didn't get them to do it. Well, I won't say, but basically what they do, it's inside your house. But yours is outside the house, right?
Yes.
All right, so you're all good. You might just need a new box.
Well, the wiring in here, if you've seen it, you would say, I'm not going to say it.
Oh, well, okay.
What the
But I'm saying, but you're already ahead of the game because the box is outside. Where they have to run new wiring inside the house, it's probably not going to be cheap. Regardless of where you're at, I don't think it's going to be cheap.
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
when I had to rerun the wires that were inside the box were too short. So then you had to run them to conduit boxes. There's only 3 wires allowed on each conduit box, and then you had to wire the new wires from those old wires out to the new breaker box, and then put in all new breakers and wire it to that. I was able to do that. That passed inspection. That part was good.
These right here, the wires are connected, but you know what you put on like a radio in the car where you put both ends in, but they're the plastic things in between them.
Yeah.
That's how these are connected. So I'm gonna have to get it done. It's my cousin's house. I'm renting her house.
Right, not to be a bearer of bad news, but that's probably not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
Chris Collins
just for the time factor.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's my cousin's house, and I'm renting it. And they told me I could take the rent money and fix it, but $300, that's not much a month to be able to put on something like that.
I get what you're saying, but if I mean, realistically, if it's that bad, if it's as bad as you're saying it is, that would be money wise spent, because you could be dead flat asleep in the night and something catch on fire from one of them wires melting or something, and that would be an even worse situation.
Oh, I done been through that. I lived in a camper. It was a nice camper. And the lady we were going to rent it from, got this dude that know his you-know-what from his you-know-what. And he told her he could do it. And she was wanting to take it where the hot water and stuff like that would be. And he hooked it to the dang battery in it, and it caught on fire, and I was asleep. I was dreaming about my mom, and my mom woke me up. That place burnt down real quick.
Oh crap!
Sorry to hear that.
I was trying to find my cat. I went back in there. All I was screaming is my baby, and they thought I was talking about a real baby. I said, no, it's my cat, but that's my baby. So it burnt down everything. I don't even know if my cat got out and kicked the window out, or if she burned up in the fire.
I'm seeing people in chat. I'm just saying that's what the requirements are down here in Louisiana. Your breaker box has to be on the outside of the house. What it is in other counties and other states is could be totally different.
Yeah. I know I took it a whole nother way when I got on here, but I was just curious.
That's okay.
I mean, it's hard to say without seeing it, but I don't think it's going to be cheap, because electricians don't. I mean, for the amount that $2,500 for what had to be done to mine, I mean, yeah, but it was ridiculous. I mean, okay, I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to do it myself, but
yeah.
But you're also, if you don't know what you're doing,
you're an electrician. I can take a picture and send it to Travis, and he can send it to you.
Okay. I mean, I'll be more than happy to look at it.
Yeah. It kind of scares me. I know God's got me. He's protecting me.
I get that, but we'd rather have you with us. We'd rather have you with us for a little longer than him.
Huh?
I think we'd rather have you with us than with him for a little longer.
Yeah, but I know the Lord's protecting me until I can get something done. They're in the process of redoing it, and then they stopped in the process, and ain't nothing got done since.
Well,
I mean, it's a nice place.
Right.
But I can't find no other place where it's only going to be $300 a month and you're in a house.
Now you're renting this, right?
Yeah, and it's it was fully
furniture and everything when I got here, washer and dryer and everything. It's my cousin's husband's house. It's where he come home to when he was born. It's the
Right,
oldest house on the block.
but she
Technically, that's
said that
not
she
your
could use the rent money to fix the
responsibility, though.
electric.
Yeah, technically you could do that. I mean, I don't know what kind of stuff they have.
Oh,
What
my
kind of agreement?
cousin, yeah, my cousin said I could take the $300 as long as I give them receipts of me trying to fix it up.
No, if you would, I'm serious. If you would take a few pictures or any picture that you think we need to see, please send it to Travis. I will take a look at it. I'm not a trained electrician, but I can give you as much help as I can provide to you.
Well, if it's okay with Travis, I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just saying, I am not a trained electrician. I mean, I can look at it and try to help you along with it if you want. That's up to you, but I'm not a trained electrician. I'm making that perfectly clear.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we're not going to give
she.
electrical advice either.
I'm
Hang
just
on,
saying,
Give me a
Don.
I'll be the
naughty.
first one. I'll be the first one to tell. I'll be the first one to tell Travis to come to my house and tell you got to roast marshmallows. I said, "Oops, something went wrong."
Yeah, but I mean, it's my cousin's house. I'm left it where if I moved in, I would have everything. There's a few things of mine in here, but beforehand, I was having to pay 500 because I had my ex here and he left, so she knew I couldn't afford it, so she dropped it to 300, so where I could afford to pay everything. So
Well,
I'm
I mean, if
blessed.
you send
Okay.
the pics to Travis. I mean, we'll try to help you out as much as we can. But I'm saying, I'm just making sure they're sure that we are not electricians. We are not qualified to give any kind of advice, but we'll help you as much as we can. Just so more like cover your ears.
Well, okay, I just wanted to find out that, Travis. I send that to you tomorrow. I'm gonna draw
Okay, thank you.
and hang in the chat, and I love you, and I missed y'all a lot. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.
Okay, be safe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hide you there, butt, neck, head, whatever. It's Mason. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and frankly, I haven't seen anything in there that should that you're complaining about. Sorry. You can go back in on your other account. Okay, Don, calm down. You're not there. It shows you there. Okay, there you are. Hi, Savannah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Travis?
I'm old. I'm tired, and I'm grouchy. How about that?
Well, I got something for both you and David. I'm very curious to see what David thinks about this. I've been watching a lot of the videos that take place over in Europe, and I don't know if you're familiar with Rainer Fulmich or not. He's a German attorney, and he's leading a full group of attorneys and he did confirm in the video about the worldwide group doing all of this. Like he's part of the whole organization that's going on. So he kind of let the cat out of the bag on that one, but I'm glad because it was like a confirmation. And he indicated in 2 weeks he has enough material to go ahead and go to The Hague. And they want to arrest Fauci or get an arrest warrant. What they're planning on doing is going into a grand jury type of situation where he's going to present evidence on television and have everything get indictments for Fauci, Gates, and the guy in charge of the WHO starts with a T, Tedros or something, and then another guy as well. And he indicated that they have everything that they need, and that's in 2 weeks, and they're going to have that televised to the world. So I was very happy to hear that because it was some sort of confirmation. Also, the bad news is that Dr. Yearden, which is an ex VP for Pfizer, he has a lot of videos out, but the one that he did just recently within the past couple days is that he's working with a group from Kingston University in London that are going over the VAERS report, and they're looking at the toxic levels of the V's, and they're finding some extremely alarming information. They put it up in graphs and everything else. They went ahead and put up what a regular flu shot and batches would look like and what you would expect to see on something. And then they put up the COVID screen, and it's very alarming. But I want David to look at it and tell me if he can, think of like a military situation where they would maybe do a switch out if the military was aware that this was going on.
I don't understand what you mean a switch out.
Well, if they knew ahead of time that there was going to be bad batches.
You mean of like the jab?
Yeah, bad batches of the jab.
I don't know about that. That's hard to figure out there.
What I'd like to do is drop the links in private chat. Can I drop the video links in private chat where David and you can grab them and watch them?
Absolutely.
That's up to Travis. It's his show.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do that. There's also a database available out to the public that is howbad.info. And you just go ahead and put your batch number in and find out how toxic the levels were.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah. The chart will astonish you. It's incredible. It's
well, I'm going to be hitting box E, none of the above.
Right.
I'm hitting box E, none of the above.
I agree, but I that's what I want to do is just I'm going to go ahead and go silent, but I want to drop those video links in private chat.
Sure, and I'll drop them in the chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for coming up, Savannah. Glad to hear you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don.
No, I can tell Don's in the house. I hear the damn fan.
I know. And I know he's going to say he doesn't have his fan on. And it's going to be 30 seconds that he's going to respond.
I don't have my fan on.
Damn,
wait,
Travis,
I might have my light. Hold on, let me check. No, I got a light that has a fan in it, but no, it's not on. I'm good.
Hey, Travis, can I say what Doc P's favorite saying is?
I don't care. I don't know what his favorite saying is.
No, he's usually over on my chat. Doc P, baby, sworn to the horn, sworn to the horn. Sorry, had to do it.
Hey, may I say something?
Yep.
Travis, I love all y'all. And who loves you, baby? I do.
Baby.
Oh my goodness. Woo, woo. See, look, there you go. Look at the chat. See what I tell you. Sworn to the horn.
You know what? May I say something about RH? He's a lot of information, and that's sweet. And I want to support him. Just post your thingy somewhere where we can all see it, so we don't have to listen to you for 45 minutes. And that's not trying to be mean. He goes down multiple rabbit holes, which we all do. and he's a sweet man, and I'll leave it at that.
But he loses me, and I don't cover the information that RH does,
I
and
understand that.
he loses me, and he's back in the house.
I love him. I think he's a great guy. I mean, he's a veteran, so we love him, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He served his country, and he paid his, and I have the uppermost respect for anybody that has.
Absolutely. He just needs to be a bit more concise. Does that make sense? And
that was
quit going down.
now.
Quit going down multiple rabbit holes at one time. I think he's a great guy. I mean, I don't have a problem.
Oh yeah, RH is one of the nicest people I know.
I agree with you. So there we go. What you doing, big boy? Rhino?
I thought he went.
I just dropped a link in here.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Bring it.
I was wondering. So I thought somebody else was coming up to say something, so I didn't say nothing.
No, RH come in and dropped some links in there, and I dropped them in the chat.
No, they were in the personal chat. That's cool.
I know,
Thank
but
you.
I dropped them in the chat.
Yeah, no, thank you, RH. Beautiful. We're with you.
There you go, Night Rider. Welcome to the jungle. Whoop, whoop.
All right.
That's funny.
I had major internet problems, and that's just whatever. What was your take? I mean, let's talk about now. Can we talk about now, Travis?
Sure. What do you want to talk about, Don?
I want to talk about the speech last night, which is not now, but it's kind of now.
Okay, well, it's current events. It's current events. I'm good with that.
Yeah, current events. So what was, I mean, people on the panel, anybody in the chat, what was your take on Trump's speech last night?
I'm not saying a word.
My take on it is if we don't get our ass in gear and start trying, everybody's going, I'm not voting. That's going to kill this movement. It's going to kill this movement. And we have that in numbers bigger than their fucking algorithms.
Wow.
My opinion.
That's sad.
I don't trust anything anybody tells us anymore, Don.
I agree with you. But let me ask you this.
I was on board for a while. And when I come out of it, I kept looking at other stuff. And I'm not, nobody's going to convince me there's a plan. If I'm wrong, I'll be glad to come on here and say, hey, there was no plan. Is there things going on both sides? Absolutely. Things we can't control. So we get involved locally and push it back the other way. That's the only fucking way it ever works. Because we'd never get enough intel to even begin to start from the top down.
I agree with you. 100%. May I make one statement that may wake you up to the point that the commander-in-chief, which is Trump right now, and I believe, and you may not, and that's okay, and you may not believe it. Let me ask you this question. One fucking question. Oh, shit. Okay.
Go ahead. You can say everything but the GD word around here.
No, I don't say GD because I love my Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah, but you have.
So let me ask you, Travis. All right. And I had this conversation yesterday with a friend of mine who is very conservative, a very good businessman. Anyway, that's bullshit. Anyway. All right. The question is, all right. Here's the question. Do the Democrats have the presidency and the heels up vice presidency? Mashed potato head and heals up? Yes, they do. Do they have the Congress? Yes, with one vote. Do they have the Senate? Yes. Do they want to close Mo? They've said it many, many, many times. Have they done it?
No. Can't.
Okay, there's your fucking answer. There's your fucking. There is. Let me finish before you go off on me. There's your answer. Who is in control of this country? The commander in chief, Donald J. Trump.
I don't
All I
believe
gotta say. And what?
I don't believe that he's the president.
I didn't
Whether you think
say
November
he
was
was president.
whether
I didn't say he was the president. He's the commander. Oh my God.
what's the difference, Don?
The difference is, okay, go back to the Civil War.
Wait a minute.
Some history.
So you're going to tell me
There was
Don,
2 presidents.
wait a minute, Don. So you're going to tell me that all those Marines that were killed in Afghanistan were just collateral damage? Who's got blood on their hands if your commander in chief is in charge?
Now wait a minute.
I'm sorry. He's just wait a minute. Now if what you're saying is true, whose blood is on whose hands over the Afghanistan exit?
Biden.
Nope. Because he's not the commander in chief. Isn't that what you just said? Well, no.
Wait a minute. You gotta freaking think through this. He was in charge of the for people getting out. Okay. Now I understand what you're trying to do what you're saying, and that's okay. And this is a great conversation. But
yes, but
I get you. Go ahead.
Right
You
now.
talk, please. I love you.
right. But I'm just telling you that any man that says he's of God and would let innocent people die because he's trying to show something is just as bad as the devil. I'm sorry.
Next
It's
question.
in the Bible, does it not?
Do you have seats?
If you're letting evil be,
Wait a minute. Do you have receipts that they did die? No, seriously.
do I have
My
receipts
question
that
is
they
to
did
you:
what?
receipts that they did
Whoa,
die.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
Did what?
wait a minute. Whoa. Don't even go down that
I
train.
love David getting into this
Don't
conversation.
even go down that train. You're going to tell me that we fake 14 of my brothers and sisters of the United States Marine Corps for what? To pull bullshit? I will no. I will. Don't even go down that road. Do not go down that road.
That's why I go down that road to question your information.
No. There's no question about that. You're besmirching my brothers and sisters giving the ultimate sacrifice for whatever bullshit this government put out. Do not go down that road. I'm telling you.
May
do
I
not
say
go
something?
down that road.
All right, David.
Yeah, go
I love
ahead.
you. I love you, David. Let me ask you this. How much information that's been put out there is real? Number one. Number two, how much information is out there to piss you off? Number three, do you believe that planes hit I'm going to do an on you. Do you believe planes hit those?
You're not either. You're putting apples and oranges with bullshit. The shit that happened at the World Trade Center is totally different than people coming back in body boxes with United States flags on them, wearing my emblem. Semper Fi. You're wearing the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. 13 or 14 gave their lives for this country. For you to go down that rabbit hole is bullshit. I don't care
Okay,
who's
wait a minute,
commander
wait
in
a
chief.
minute.
That
What
was bullshit.
rabbit hole did I go down that pissed you off? I'm good with it. I'm
Saying that it was fake.
absolutely calm. You can be pissed off
Yeah.
all you
You're
want.
saying that those
Wait a
men
minute.
and women were died was
Great
fake.
conversation.
That is complete bullshit.
Calm down. No, and
Oh, I'm
that's
fine.
right. And I'm going to take David's side on this. Those people lost their lives over this.
Who did?
Those Marines.
Oh, the 13? Yes, they did.
Okay,
But
they're not
who's
going to tell
you're
me.
gonna
that
tell me-
for that? Who's responsible for that?
if the commander in chief.
Well, if
Yeah,
you're
who you
saying
saying
that,
that
that
will?
Donald Trump's in charge, Donald Trump is in charge, is the one responsible for that. And if the military is in charge, then they're responsible for that. I'll tell you what,
Let
Don,
me
I'd
ask
like
you
to put
this.
you in a room. Wait a minute, Don. Here. Wait a minute, Don. I'd like to put you in a room with Riley McCollum's wife and his mom.
Okay, now I'll unmute Don.
Trust me. Let me ask you this question. Okay, so we gave him, I don't know how many, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars.
We didn't hear what you said on this end.
You broke up.
Obama, or actually
I don't know what
fake
you,
Biden.
we didn't hear
All right,
what you said. You
let's
broke
talk
up.
about that shit right now.
Don, I muted you for a reason. We did not hear what you said. I don't know why you're on delay again. We did not hear what you said. Okay, now you can speak.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize to the patriots on this channel. Why and who gave away all that military material in Afghanistan? Why? And they had the power. Okay, I checked myself on that. Trust me, that is absolutely batshit crazy. Now, number 2, who is our friend? And some may want to think about, the Taliban might not be the ugly one like they did with Iran and the what they did overseas. All I'm going to say is, oh, Jesus Christ, the shit going on overseas. Okay, and that has been done, and they've made money on both sides of the war since War One. I'm not trying to be RH. I'm just trying to tell you, you guys need to get another perspective. And I'm disappointed.
I don't even know why it has anything to do with what we were talking about.
And exactly.
What?
Okay, that's fine.
I don't understand what you're talking.
What do you want me? What do you want me to say? I'm trying to say that it goes much deeper. It really does. And I'm sorry to listen. I'm 65 years old, and I've seen all this bullshit where we've been fighting wars that we didn't need to fight.
That's fine, but that doesn't get us out of the current situation. My sentiment is all these channels had everybody prepped up for Saturday's going to be the big event. Certain individuals going to have a pair of balls that are like big as can be and say, the storm is upon us. But you know what? What did he say? Nothing. We have a bunch of people. Oh, comms. Well, the average GQ American doesn't know comms or any of that. They want to hear words. They want to hear, I am back. I am in charge. We heard none of that. We heard all the little bullshit and all these other little peoples that came up with references to crap that means nothing. And we're trying to tie prevents the one incident, which it doesn't work. You can't tie it in a nice bow.
All right, let me ask you this. Who set those goals? Number one, Cabal. Who said that
Who set
was
what goals?
what needs to be said before anything happens? Cabal. Wake up. I'm just saying.
Do we know that?
I
Do
know
we
I'm
know
the
that?
ugly man on the street right now with you
Do
guys.
we know
You
that
guys
for a
want
fact?
goalposts.
You guys quit interrupting each other. Good God.
I'm sorry, Travis. Go, brother. I love you.
I love you too, but when you guys are talking together, it just makes for chaos.
Do you know that me?
Sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Sorry.
You know that me
I'll
and
mute my-
him talk all the time. He's
Oh, I
a
know.
beautiful
I know.
person.
You guys can argue all you want to, but arguing doesn't do us any good.
No, but
We
I'm
can
sorry.
argue offline.
13 people did not fake. 13 people did not fake their deaths. That was not fake. That was real life. That brought a lot of people out of this. Oh, it's a movie. No, it's not a movie. It's whatever it is. It is. It's a very, very bad horror flick. And seems to me every day it gets worse and worse, if you ask me.
Well, what's gonna happen is some of these guys are gonna keep dangling the carrot around there until our movement dies, and we've got to stop it.
Thank you. Quit.
But you're
Freaking.
telling me that Trump's in charge. You're one of the ones dangling the carrot out there. You're telling people that he's still the fucking president. He's not. He's not
He
the
is
commander.
the president. He's not the president. He is the
Show me.
commander in chief. Trust me on that, Travis.
Show me one thing and make me and get me to believe it.
I already did.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. All right, here we go.
I
One
gave you an
more
instance.
time.
And I gave you an instance where 13 people were killed.
May I speak, please?
Yeah.
All right. So, the commander in chief, I'll give you several right now. The commander in chief holds the nuclear football, correct? Answer.
It was an item.
Yes.
It was an item.
And he flies on, and the big ass airplane. Does Trump fly on it still? When's the last time an ex-president flew
I don't follow that stuff.
on? Wait a minute.
Anything military,
No,
I don't follow.
Do you want me to finish or not? I'll finish it and tell you the truth. He is the commander in chief of the military of the United States right now. Let me ask you this. All right. All right, here we go. I can go even more. All right, let me ask you this. I'm sorry, people. All right, so every Democratic, they're in control, president, vice president, Congress, and Senate right now. Is that true? Yes, it is. They want to shut down Gitmo.
You already said that.
Okay, so why can't they shut it down? They've already built it up. So who's doing that?
Okay.
The commander.
What does that prove?
Okay, Don, let's talk about something else for a minute. How long are you going to hold on to this? Are you going to hold on to this till 2024?
No, we got a 2020 first.
Wait a minute.
No,
Let me finish.
2020 got to be fixed first.
They ain't going to fix 2020. They've already proved it.
Bullshit.
When are they going to do it?
Wait a
How much
minute.
money do you want to bet
What was
they're going to fix 2020?
What
I got
boy
$100 bill
talking
right
about
now
last night?
to donate to any. I got $100 bill right now that will bet you that it would be fixed before the 2022 election. And I'll fucking send it to you via whatever you want.
I'll take that bet. You're telling me before November they're going to have this fixed.
Yes, sir. If it isn't,
I'll take that bet.
We're all fucked.
I got news for you. If we get past next week, we're all fixed. And that's from all you boys saying it's been a psyop and we always win.
You know what, Rhino? I kind of agree. But let me ask you this: another marker that happened. All right, so the supposed president.
Hang on a second. That brings me to a great point. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning, and they went to breakfast, and the bill was $70.01, and that's fucking 17. How about it, baby? That's how it
works. And you know what? I think the waitress made whipped cream and the pancakes look like a Q.
Oh my God, you guys are hilarious.
It's gotten to the point of being stupid. It's beyond comprehension. It's beyond freaking believable. Okay. And nobody wants to, the average American in this country don't want to sit there, oh, Q drops, and oh, the comms, he's not wearing a tie, and his trousers are buttoned a certain way, and oh, this other crap. It gets to be ridiculous. If you're gonna have it and light it off, the storm is upon us. I shall repel that storm. Everybody in the world would have been shaking in their freaking boots. Americans would have been clapping, doing high fives, and getting drunk as a skunk today. What's America doing today? They're like, oh, well, oh, well. Just saying, if you're a leader, you lead from in front of the pack on the white freaking horse with a big freaking sword. You don't play, oh my God,
I'm waiting.
not on.
May I speak?
Sure, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, speak.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I lost y'all for a second. I told you we're in that bullshit over here. All right. Here's where I stand. And both of you are amazing people. Thank you. And yeah, we talk. But bottom line is, if I'm wrong, wait a minute. Let me finish. If I'm wrong,
I'm talking.
If we're fucked. And I don't believe we're wrong. And you gotta have patience, number one. Number two, we've got to know that. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I'm going to ask it to the panel and to the people on the chat. How many have read The Art of the Deal?
Hey, wait a minute, Don.
I'll
make it even easier.
Answer the fucking question. Have you?
Wait a minute. I will make it even easier for you. People in the chat will put it in your language. Put a 1 if you think we're screwed. Put a 2 if you think we're good to go. There you go. Vote as you wish.
Now, answer my question. Put a 1 if you read The Art of the Deal.
No, Don. You're screwing shit up now. Nobody cares about The Art of the Deal.
I'll wait.
Because you're going to get 1s and 2s mixed up if you do that, Don.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Travis.
Go 3s.
I apologize.
Okay.
Number 1, we're screwed. Number 2, you think we're good to go. Vote now. We'll take a few minutes for the tabulation.
Wow. A lot of 1s. This is a cool panel, by the way.
Oh, look at that. Let's see. We already got 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow. I'm amazed.
I'm not. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
No, I'm seeing it.
We got 13. We got 13, 14, 15, 16,
Travis,
17. We got
you
almost
have a great
double
show.
digits to all your twos.
We got 2 2s, 3 2s.
Oh yeah, but we're in almost double digits for the ones.
I know.
Oh, absolutely, we are. And
Yeah. Why is
wow.
it sad, Don? People
No,
have
no,
heard nothing but
okay.
bullshit for a
All
year.
right, let's
We're
cut
tired
that
of
off,
it.
please. May I speak my minute?
Okay. Everybody is unmuted, including myself. I'm having trouble. So I had to move my phone over there because I'm running off my phone again. So you're saying that before November, all this is going to be fixed and everything's going to go away, correct?
Who are you talking to?
What?
He's talking to you, not me.
I have no. If it's not fixed now, it ain't gonna get fixed. Fucking November doesn't mean shit.
I
lost you. I'm sorry.
Okay, I asked you a very specific question.
I lost you, my brother.
Are you here? Can nobody hear me?
I'm here, but I lost you.
I can hear you.
For the last 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You don't realize he got muted.
I got
Everybody
muted.
I muted me too. Okay, so what you're saying is all this is going to be fixed and it'll all be over before November of this year. You have 9 months and 14 days, 13 days.
Okay, you ready for an answer?
Yep.
If it ain't fixed in less than 2 months, we're fucked.
Okay, so you're giving it 2 months. You're saying the 2 months.
I think it's going to happen faster, but I'm going to give it 2 months. I don't do post. It's all event done in my opinion, and from what my experience was before meeting you, Giggle Boy, and whatever. It's okay. We all are on the same team. Here's the problem. 2020, if not fixed, we're fucked.
It's not going to get fixed, Don. They've already had their chance.
No,
okay. They're still screaming. They're still screaming that there's Supreme Court stuff coming. Okay, I haven't seen it. I can't find it. I can't touch it. I can't see it. Until somebody shows me something, I don't believe it. I don't need a truther to tell me. I need to see the hardcore evidence.
Lay down. Take that 2020.
See, that's where you're already cowering down. You know what?
Rika,
You know what they want us to do, Don? They want us not to vote. They want us not to vote because if we don't come out in droves, they win. That's what's wrong with every conservative I know that doesn't vote. They're lazy and they won't get off their ass because they think my vote don't make a difference. Every vote makes a difference. We have to beat them at their own game. My opinion.
tell me when I can talk. I'm just gonna shut up.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm not saying nothing.
All right. I don't believe that. It doesn't matter whether we vote.
You gave it 2 months,
Doesn't
so
fucking matter whether we vote. They're gonna steal every fucking election with the current system. Number one, we are.
Who's going to win with
Fuck.
on? We're not. Who's going to win? Who's going to win if everybody takes that attitude? It's not going to be us. They're sitting over here putting us against each other. They're sitting over here putting us against each other because we can't agree on stupid bullshit.
How are we against each other?
Because they're sitting over here having an argument, and you're not going to vote if they don't fix it in 2 months. That's what you just all but
Never said I would never. Oh, I will fucking vote. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I've voted since I was 18 years old.
How many people are saying, I'm never going to vote again. It's just going to be stolen. That's what they want.
Whoop, whoop. There we go. There's Cinco de Mason. Yeah, you
I
go.
apologize. I apologize to both of you. I'm on Firefox. I thought it was good.
Go with Brave, baby.
You're cutting out, Don. Your signal's been going in and out.
My point is, only point is, if we don't, and I've had internet problems, Travis, I apologize just on purpose. Okay. What I'm saying is,
Yep.
okay, what I'm saying is, if 2020 is not fixed, we're fucked. Okay. That's the bottom line.
Okay, that's the third time you said that. We get that.
All right.
They're not
So
going to
what's
fix
your
it for
solution,
2022.
big boy?
2020. We are 13 months into. You and I would agree that this was a fraudulent situation, and they have done nothing. Sorry, Crystal. I'll be right there.
I don't know, Don. They say who knows, because we don't know. We'll know in the next week or so exactly where we're at. But I don't think the boat's going to be flying too well there. I see the one that I don't get. The one that I don't get is, okay, we're at this point. We've been fed. Oh, we got this. We got all the intel. We got all the evidence. You're going to have a great Merry Christmas. And it don't matter what calendar you put it on. Boom, boom, was a big boss bust. Woo-doo. If it was, you should have never said nothing. Just like the Nassar is supposed to kick off as of the first of the year. We're now 16 days into the year. Haven't seen a damn nickel or a dime of any new currency or anything else in the world. Nowhere to be found. None of it. So we're just supposed to keep on hanging on to let's smoke some more of that opium, baby. Ooh, them colors are great. Yeah, let me take another drag of that.
Good weed. No, I'm just being silly. It's already happened in Europe. by the way.
No, there's not. There's okay. If that was the case, Don,
Russia
then you
has
would have
already gone.
no, no, they didn't. No, they did not. Everybody's misconstruing what Putin said. He said they're ready, willing, and able to enact Jassara. They have not enacted Jassara. If this cash and these new bills were all over the world, you mean to tell me that there's nobody taking pictures of them? You mean to tell me if France had new money that there's somebody wouldn't be taking a picture? If there was new money in the Middle East,
I've
nobody
seen
would take
the
a picture of it?
pictures of the rainbow currency. Have you?
Everybody's seen them bullshit pictures of the rainbow currency. And there's two big issues with that. If the spaceman supposedly didn't walk on the moon, why is it on the back of the 20 with Kennedy? And if the White House is supposed to be destroyed, why is it on the back of the $5 bill with Andrew Jackson? Makes you want to think. That's kind of weird, isn't it? We're going to put something that represents the swamp and something we're trying to destroy on our brand new money.
Wait a minute.
That's
Wait
like
a
you
minute.
putting a picture of your ex in the driver's seat.
Great info. Great info. Who are the masters deceivers?
Every single
Talking
one.
about the masters of deceivers. We're being deceived from
well,
all
that's
all
your
sides.
problem because you've been fooled all your fucking life.
Okay, Don.
Excuse me.
How
I'm
many
sorry.
politicians-
I'll shut up and I'm leaving.
How many honest politicians have you known in all of your 65 years?
I'm sorry. Say that again, Travis.
Honest politicians have you known in your 65 years?
Oh my God. Probably 50.
Out of how many?
50.
You know, 50? Yep. None of them were. They're all bought out. Done.
Oh, I agree.
Miss Dreamweaver, your husband would disagree because the crypto thing on the Nasara Jassara.
I've been involved all my life.
You what?
I've been involved all my life, and I voted for wrong people. As I admitted earlier, that I voted for a Democrat that I love and have known for 30 years that got on the snake plane and left and went to fucking Washington, D.C. to do his thing. Oh, I'm working against him this year, and it hurt me to do it because he is a really good friend and we raised kids together, but he's a piece of shit right now. Sorry, I said it.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Oh, I didn't know we had somebody else over there. Sure, go ahead.
Go right ahead.
David, do you love Jesus? Do you love God?
Amen.
Do you, Don?
Amen.
Amen and amen.
What about you, Travis?
Yes, ma'am.
I know he does.
Then why are we so worried?
Wow.
We still have to put the footwork, but God's got us. And if there's nobody else you can't believe, you can believe in that man. He will not steer you wrong. I have grown a lot closer to God since all this started. I've grown a lot closer to him. Yes, we got to do our part because that's what he expects of us. But if God's got us, if he don't get them in this way, we're hoping they will suffer the consequences in the end.
Wow.
I mean, I hope I know everybody's got their own way of believing in God and Jesus, but ultimately, he is the one that's going to change this world. But we got to change ourselves for this world to change.
Amen.
I mean, all this squabbling and stuff like that. He said, the one without sin cast the first stone. We're all not perfect. I might not like somebody else say. But that don't mean they're a bad person. They just have a different way of looking at things. We all need to love each other and stop worrying about this yada yada this and yada yada that. This world ain't gonna make it if we don't pull together.
Yep. If we all stick together, we all survive. Divided, we lose. Period. There's no ifs, there's no ands, and there's no buts.
There's no hate if you will not go to heaven if there's hate in your heart.
May I ask a question, CC?
I'm Crystal. You know who I am. I just haven't been in here in a long time.
Now, would you pray for all of us, please? I think that's proper right now.
Lord, I come to you with a humble heart.
Thank you.
I ask you to bless this cat, especially Miss Mint. Lord, take that away from her. Comfort her. Help her to be able to get help. Lord, we know that you're the healer. And you said if you believe as a mustard seed, that things would be done. Lord, I ask you to come and bring us all together. Forget the hate, forget this, forget that, and put our eye on you, Lord, and submit to you, Lord, because through all things, your strength and your will be done. I ask you to be with the chat and the ones on panel. And I ask you, Lord, if there's anybody sick, anybody hurt, anybody suffering, that you reach down right now and you touch them and let them know that they've been touched by the hand of God. And I ask you in all these things, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anytime.
Beautiful woman.
Crystal makes a very valid point.
Yeah.
You make a very valid point in my world because if we trust in God, it doesn't matter what happens here. You know what? It doesn't, because
truth.
If this is Armageddon, we're sitting here worrying about nothing. Fear is their tactic.
Amen. That's the devil's crutch.
Yep.
Ain't worried about none of it.
Well, I'm not either, but everybody gets emotional about it, and they're focused on the wrong thing. You know, yep, I'm an alcoholic. I'll admit that. I sit here and drink beer most every night. I got stuff I got to do too, and
well, my walk with God is not your walk with God. Your walk with God is not David's or Don's. That's you. You're the one that's got to get yourself right. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing, because if you're watching them, if you're watching them, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
That's right.
As they say, sweep around your own doorstep before you come to somebody else's.
Yeah.
You don't know what those people are going through.
That's right. And I've got a perfect example of that. I know some people that ended up homeless. I didn't know them before they were homeless. And I pulled into a truck stop in Denver, Colorado, exit 126. I don't know who we lost, Dawn. Anyway, guy comes up, approached me, wants to polish my truck. I said, man, I don't have a lot of money. I said, I'll give you what I got. I did. It used to be a banker. He said, I got tired of it. He said, I could not handle it anymore. He was at the top of his game. He walked out, left it all.
Yep, that's what you got to do. You got to get on your hands and knees and give it all to God.
Well, and he ended up in the drug world, but he didn't care. He didn't. He was happier living there than he did with people judging him. That was his words.
Exactly.
Yep.
I've been through my drug days, but I tell you one thing: when I decided to get off of it, I know it was God that helped me, because I was on it for 10 years. Really good on it. And when I stopped, I had no cravings, no wants, none of that. I didn't go through DTs or anything. I just walked away and gave it up.
Good deal. I hope my daughter's having one of those moments.
Would you tell your daughter, if you want to, that she can get in contact with me, because I really want to be a drug counselor. You can't tell me something that you've never been through. You don't know what it's like.
Yep.
I do.
This is her thing to try to straighten up. We're praying for her.
Well, tell her, get back up, wipe her knees off, and go on. There's another day.
That's right.
There's another day.
That's right, Chris. Give your brother what he needs. Offer thanks for the gifts you receive. That's exactly right. I had to learn that this year. I guess Dawn must have been mad at
tried to come in. Yeah. I tried to come in.
You got internet issues.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just tried to come in to calm everybody down. Issues. I hope I made a lot of sense, chat.
You did.
That's just my views and my heart. It's coming from my heart and my soul. And it cries every day for this world, these children, the things that's going on. All I know is to grab onto him and say, Lord help.
Oh my God. Chat's too funny.
I didn't boot you, Don. I promise I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh man.
The link's the same, brother.
Hey, in the chat, do you like your crow baked or fried? I don't like neither way. I prefer not to dine on that there dish.
My dad used to call my sister. Y'all have to. My mind is. She used to call her. What's that bird that eats anything? I know the name of it. I got fibromyalgia fog. Sometimes I can remember things. A buzzard.
A buzzard. Yeah, all right. Or you mean a vulture picks the carcass of dead people?
Yeah, she said to him about that one day.
Tell you what, there's some big birds too, man. Whew, vulture's huge. You know you're in trouble when a vulture comes knocking at your door with a pair of Timberlands on and sunglasses. Excuse me, sir.
Don, the link's the same. The link's the same as it was earlier.
Down having a train
I just tried to come in here, Travis, and calm everybody down. Try to.
These two go at it all the time. When we get done, they'll talk on the phone for 2 hours. Same
thing. Sorry.
I've been watching.
Yeah.
Well, see, I mean, I believe all the stuff that he believes, but I don't see nothing that it's going to, I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Every day that ticks by, sand through the hourglass more and more, it's like, oh, all I see is a bunch of people backpedaling and grasping at straws. Oh, well, he wasn't wearing a tie. I'm sorry. If you got as much supposedly crap that we have on all this crap, I'm sorry, I'd be standing out there loud and proud, say, boom, winter storm is upon us and we shall repel it. Bam! The rest of the world would be going clap, 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 and America would be doing somersaults and get drunk as shit. Oh, God, we got a country still.
Right.
Instead, what do we got? We got that little sound from the Price is Right. Wah, wah, wah.
I did like the intro to Trump's before he come out. It sounded like a doomsday kind of thing.
Well, you got to figure that Trump had very close ties to the WWE, so.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know how close. I know he was in it though. You know that he had been in the ring and stuff.
I'm coming out there with you, Lee, so we need to eat the sea bass, baby. We can eat sea bass, watch the sunset, and drink. Woohoo!
I tell you what, if it don't stop blowing wind like it is, I might end up in Kansas tomorrow.
Oh, we had that yesterday. It had the trees bent at a 90-degree angle most of the day. I was like, woo, it was cold. 15 degrees warmer here today. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow. I was like, woo, good riddance to that weather.
Well, I talked to my sister, and she lives outside of Atlanta, and she said they got a little bit of snow and ice.
We didn't get none of that, but
you can keep it too.
I know the dog was ran outside, ran right back in 5 minutes. I was like, something wrong. I said, he's like, yeah, I need a parker out there. It's cold. He was looking for a Search for Truth beanie hat. Well, we ain't got one yet. Whoa.
Make dog apparel and cat apparel.
Yeah.
They need to be.
I gotta get him a Rhino Nation beanie now. We gotta get Kimmy outfitted with a hat so she look cool in her little luggy boots and her little hoodie out there shoveling snow. Advertisement.
There's Don back. You can hear him.
Oh.
30 seconds.
Don Ritchie. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh yeah, Benjamin tolerating stupidity for 46 years. Woo.
Hello.
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 You're on delay.
I am so sorry. Major problems on internet. Great show, guys.
Don't know. You're the star attraction, man. Whoop, whoop.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm nobody. I'm a old horse. Played many sports and have all kinds of.
Oh, look at that! Highlight that one, Travis. Cannabis gummy bears, calm me down. Woohoo!
Hey Don.
I can't do the other.
God don't make junk. You are something.
I agree, but I got more metal in me, and I can make a really cool cobalt bicycle out of all the shit that's in my body.
Well, we know to go. We need some parts.
I'm telling you, you need to tell him to put the $6 Million Man music in you next time as a every time you move, you can have this theme song.
I need the what do they call it? The upgrade. I've got the parts. Trust me. Anyway,
that's
now I want to go. I want to, don't talk about me. Talk about, and I hear Travis and I hear David talk about what's going on, and I want to talk about solutions. All right. Yes, we've already talked about, at the level local. But let's talk about, and I think that's being lost in this conversation, is we have been fucked on the voting. Okay, if anybody believes, I'm sorry. I should say screwed. I'm sorry. My bad. If
Okay.
we
I
have,
don't think that's the
Don't
word.
tell
They
me
can't use the
sorry.
B
You
word.
tell him.
okay, we have on the last election. If we don't, I don't care. I don't give a ripping butt about anything. If that's not fixed, we're screwed. And I apologize for my language. All I'm saying, if we don't fix 2020, we might as well get ready to jump into a if we don't disagree with them, we might as well go into a jungle and be in a prison. We're excuse me. I'm sorry. Talk
But Don,
about 2024, 2022. You make me laugh.
but
Bottom
Don,
line,
we got to
me.
get in the same camp as Jeff B because he can speak Chinese. So instead of having turtle soup every day, we might have a change of menu. What do you think, Travis?
Yep.
Nope. If we don't fix 2020, kiss your country goodbye.
Now, we can't never stop fighting. Never.
I
I thought
never
he was going to say
will.
something else.
How do
But
we?
it sounds like
John,
you
I got a
guys
question
have.
for you.
I have not. That's what I said right here and said I have not. I don't give a
Sounds like you
flying
have.
if they fix 2022 or not. I'm going to go vote. I'm going to do it in person. I'm going to ask for a paper ballot, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Period. Everybody that's saying I ain't voting is good. Just like Mason said a while ago, you're just going to screw your veterans. That's not fairly. That's not fair.
Okay. May I speak again? Because I'm
Yep,
going.
we're going to
to
get out of here real quick
All right.
too.
All right. If we don't fix 2020, reverse whatever happened, 2022 doesn't mean shit.
There you
All I'm
go.
gonna say.
So you just quit the game. You just quit the game.
I didn't quit the game. We gotta fix
Then
2020.
okay, this is an off year. They're not expecting people to vote. They're telling you your vote didn't fucking count. Now you're saying,
my
well, we don't fix it this year. We're not going to fix it. That's not the attitude to have. We need to get out into the streets, knock door to door, and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I think. I don't know whether you agree with that or not. Let's go.
All right, I agree with that 100%. But we gotta fix 2020.
It's not going to happen,
If
Don.
we don't,
We're
Can we get
13
some crab
months.
ragoon?
it's gonna happen.
They're 13 months into it. They're never going to fix it. It's all a political bullshit game. What happened to Arizona? I thought we was having all these.
Well, then I'm in the wrong.
We're all
I'm
these
in the wrong
bombs that Arizona was going to drop.
Travis, I love you so much. I'm in the wrong country. I need to move.
I love
to
you too, buddy.
Costa Rica. And I will.
Why? What are you going to do in Costa Rica? Nothing.
It's all been swept under the rug. They're done with it. If it gets to the Supreme Court one more time, I will be shocked.
I thought what
You
half.
gonna run from it,
I thought half
Don?
of
You
those
gonna run from
were
it?
toast.
You gonna run from it?
If
Where you
we
going
can't,
to run to?
I'm going to Costa Rica where I know I can be free. Yeah, I'll run. Fuck you.
How do you figure that one?
I'm
How do
55
you
and
figure
sick
that one?
of- I'm not going to live in a world in the United States that absolutely fucks its patriots, and the government runs you, and you don't run the government. I'm sorry.
Don, as they
There's
say,
only one
if
person that I'm going to listen to, and that's God up above. And let me tell you something. He knows from the beginning to the end of what's going to happen.
Amen.
Yep. And until the hearts of America changes, nothing's going to happen. Evil's going to win. My point.
Nope.
put
I
it this
love
way,
And
you,
to
Don,
me,
if
Dad.
if you're going
Babylon,
to
if
run
you're not,
for it and you ain't going to stay here and fight for it,
Well, evidently, none of you motherfuckers are fighting for it.
Don,
I'm fighting.
are
I'm
you
fighting
listening?
for it.
Are you even listening?
I'm giving you a hard time.
Here's what we're going to do.
I know you guys are. Jesus Christ. Do you know Starkist?
oh,
We can sit here and argue all night. I'm not going to do it. Love your neighbor, know your neighbor, help your neighbor, get involved. That's the way to fix America. Us sitting here on these panels is not fixing America. Get involved. I don't care whether you believe what I'm saying is right or not, but I'm telling you, that's the way to fix America. We can sit here and haggle back and forth, back and forth. If nothing is fixing America. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. I'm agitated. Sorry.